Okay, I've got this little two-channel flying reptile here, and I wanted to show you everything that comes with it. I've got one battery in it. This came with two batteries. The batteries have the little flat white connector on them. There are 1S 200 milliamp hour 25C LiPo. It comes with the USB charger for the batteries. It comes with the spare set of props, and it comes with a really good color manual with it. The only thing that you're going to need to do is put 3 AAAs in the transmitter, and the transmitter has got this little slide on the top. You want to pull it off, and I think they used it, set it up this way so that the little ones don't accidentally pop the back cover of the transmitter off. Alright, and then once you get that lock off, you could slide the cover off, and it takes 3 AAA batteries. We'll put that lock back on. Okay. Alright, so you have throttle on the left hand side. You have left and right control, yaw control. The motors do differential thrust, so it will turn left, it'll turn right. What you want to do is you can ignore the light switch on the top. There doesn't appear to be any lights on it, and the flash down here I assume is also for the lights. Those don't appear to be functional. But all you have is a power button here, and then you have a rate switch. So you have a low and a high rate. On low rate, the power light down here will be solid, and when you have it on high rates, it will constantly flash. And on high rates, you're supposed to get a tighter turn radius going left or going right. Also, you can bend the back of the legs up, the back of the body up, in case it's climbing too steeply, or if it's nosing down. Rather than having to add ballast weight to the nose or the tail, you can actually bend this up or down. It's got this clear plastic back here that works like an elevator, and clear plastic on the top that works like a vertical stabilizer, so it's pretty cool. And it actually has a gyro built into it. So I powered it up, and we'll do that here in a second, but I powered it up, and then I started turning it left or right, and the motors automatically sped up or slowed down depending on which way it needed to correct it. So that's pretty cool. So you're going to actually get some gyro stabilization on this little two-channel plane. So if we turn it over, you'll see the only thing that I had to do, and this head pops off. So they've got two different models that I know about that have a different head that goes on them. So the head is actually held on with a magnet. That's pretty cool. I've never seen that before. But the landing gear just slides into the little slots. You got a slot on the back side of each motor where you slide in one of the landing gear, and the front one is the one that has this little spring coil on the front. So when I put mine in, the nose of it was setting up too high. The legs were kind of like dragging the ground. So what I did was I just bent my nose gear forward a little bit so it didn't set so high, and so now it's rolling just fine. So here's the little hatch for the 2S battery, the 1S battery in there. And then one thing I like with these models is that you have an on and off switch. So you can put the battery in it and get everything ready to go, and not have to worry about it being powered on until you get out to the park or to the field, and then you can turn it on. That way you're not having to fiddle with the battery for your first flight. So if we go ahead and we power it up, and you can see it flashing, so it's waiting to bind up to the transmitter. And so now we're going to power up the transmitter, and you see the transmitter is flashing too. So you're going to move the throttle stick all the way up and all the way back down, and then it's going to bind up to it. So now you get a solid light on the transmitter, and if you flip the reptile back over, you'll see you got a solid light on the bottom of it, which means that it's bound up to the transmitter. So now if I push the throttle up, that's got quite a bit of power. Well, yeah, the kids are gonna absolutely love this little flying reptile. That's cool. I mean, if you were a little boy or a little girl, who wouldn't like flying something like this? Really, really cool. Let's take it out to the field. We'll put at least one battery pack through it, and see how it flies, see if we need to make any adjustments to it. So I'll see you out at the field. Okay, I've got my flying reptile out here this morning, so let's get it out here and see if we can launch it. That's what we got with this little guy.
A flying reptile, a flying reptile. Let's see if we can keep it in here closer. Oh, that's pretty cool. This one's not doing the, the porpoise thing. Got a little rock back and forth though. Let's see if we bring it back over here. Oh man, stay away from the cactus. Alright, let's see if we can turn it back the other way. Oh man, a flying reptile. A flying dinosaur. That is too funny. Dinosaur in the sun. I need a little stabilization on the wings there. I think that must be the gyro trying to keep it straight. The little kids are going to have fun with this. Now I'm getting the hang of it. I'm getting the hang of it. Takes a little throttle management. That is too funny. I don't know how much flight time you get out of it. In the documentation it says 12 to 18 minutes. That is a lot for such a small battery. I would say more realistic, I would say probably about 10 minutes of flight time. A pterodactyl. This is too funny. I'm getting the hang of it. I'm getting the hang of it. It's been a long time since I flew a 2-channel plane. Yeah, after this review, I'm gonna give this to one of the kids in the family. They're gonna have an absolute blast. I'm gonna be their favorite relative. Okay, I wanna see if I can land it on this little dirt track here. Let me bring it back through here. See if I can land it on this little dirt track. Can I do that? Miss the cactus there. Ah, that wasn't a very good landing. But that's going to be a fun little toy for your family's girls and boys. So there'll be links to it in the show notes. I've got another one to fly out here today, so look for that video as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time in the Tinkerz Lab.